Hello there, this is Donna Reiners.
And Jen.
And today is usually Jump In with Jen, and she's usually alone. However, we were talking about some things, and I had something on my heart, so we decided I would jump in. And we do a little dive into living or dying. Living or dying. So this is the thing. Last month was Suicide Prevention Month. And we're in the last quarter of the year, starting just this week. And in that place of being in the last quarter of the year, just a second, please. In this place of being in the last quarter of the year, because of the end of Suicide Prevention Month, you can bet that emotions have been raging for those that deal with thoughts of depression, despair, being overwhelmed, thinking they're not going to make it, feeling like I only have a quarter left of this year and I've not got this done, not got that done, not got this done, not got that done, or this needs to happen, that needs to happen, or that kind of thing. Those kind of thoughts can cause you to feel so overwhelmed that you think you're not going to make it. And listen, if you live, don't shoot me down. Listen, this season, October, November, December, where some people are really just not happy, where some people seriously and truly have bad memories that come because of the past, where people are dealing with abusive situations. Maybe they have a spouse who's so unhappy that he drinks more or she drinks more in this season, or the even contemplating getting with family in the next few months is overwhelming, and the thought of it fills you with a lot of dread. Or if you're not going to be able to get with family, or you have something coming and you don't feel like you will have what you want or what you need, that could cause you to be overwhelmed. That could cause you to feel sick. It could literally put you into a cycle of sickness. It could put you into an emotional turmoil that is so strong that you may or may not be able to pull out of it till next year. Listen, this happens all the time. I'm not prophesying this over you. I'm just saying, if this is you, you have to decide right now, when those thoughts come, when those emotions come, when those moments come where you feel like you are not going to live, or you feel like you're so overwhelmed, or you are weeping so hard and crying so much that you think nobody cares, whether you're having a moment or someone is hurting you, someone is abusing you, or you're remembering somebody abusing you, you have got to make the decision that you desire to live. You have to do it before all hell breaks loose. You have to do it before you're overwhelmed. You have to do it before the first blow comes. You have to do it on the inside of you. You have to choose to live. Otherwise, someone else could have an agenda for you to die. Or because you've not decided, you could lean into that, or even lead yourself into that and not even know you're leading yourself into it. Listen, these are deep things, but I'm not your 99-cent Hallmark card, so.
That is a great line.
I'm just not.
I'm not your 99-cent Hallmark card.
You got anything?
Well, I mean, what I was just seeing in my mind was there's a lot of in this season, it's all the time, but in this season especially, it seems to sometimes you can almost tangibly feel something in the air, like in the atmosphere. And if you're a person who feels like you're a little more sensitive to maybe what's going on in a particular region, or someone else's emotions, or you really like consider yourself maybe intuitive, or a feeling, or
good.
There's so many different terms, but you know who you are when you hear this, that first of all, you don't have to be that is a gift. It is not a burden. And so if you're being tormented in that area, just know that torment is not your portion. I know I have a whole closet of t-shirts from that as well. Decision making and tuning into the voice of truth, being proactive, like she said, is very important. Also being aware that a lot of the things that you may be thinking or feeling could just be something that blew in with the wind. It needs to just blow right on out. It's not even yours. If you actually stop and pause and go, wait a minute, why am I feeling so sad? Why am I feeling so dark? Why do I just want to curl up and just say screw it all? Like, what is going on? It may not even be your issue. It may be something that you literally picked up. Your antenna was just kind of waving in the wind and grabbed whatever was there. So just kind of a reminder to, just be not on high alert, but just aware, and to be proactive is really important in this season. And yes, we're starting to come into
a new quarter.
Weather is starting to change.
Yep.
There's a lot of interesting things that happen spiritually that are more obvious in this coming season. Too, everything's not the devil all the time, but there's stuff.
But speaking of the devil, speaking of a culture of unbelief, speaking of the thought processes that take us into a place where an enemy could latch hold of you and want to take you out. We're dealing with taking you out today. Speaking of that, also in this season, be on the, not alert, but if you are somebody who gets tossed and turned, if you get confused easy, or if you're just avoiding all your emotions anyway, I'm like, pendulum swing, shut up or shut down, right? If you're the person who is always emotionally on the inside or outside, I want you to be looking at this. I want you to be thinking about how a thought can come in and it seems so beautiful. And ask God